Here with the beautiful besties, Taia, Rashid, and Daphne Carter, the bomb business owners of the new citrus liqueur. Am I pronouncing it right? Because it's spelled a little unique.
It's liqueur.
Liqueur brand. Okay, so tell our viewers, number one, a backdrop about yourselves before you got into the distillery business.
I guess I'll start. So I actually, before we started this venture, I left corporate America probably 10 years ago. So I've been a stay-at-home mom, involved in all those wonderful activities, PTA board, dance mom. So it's been all about the kiddos for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then Daph.
And then I spent 27 years as an educator, most recently as a chief and a state superintendent. Did that for a couple of years. And then last year decided it was time to do something else with the second half of my life. And so decided at halftime I would pivot and do something different. And so here we are today.
Here we are today. So now you have this award-winning brand, Daphne Limoncello. Am I pronouncing it correctly?
It's limoncello.
Limoncello. Ooh, I done gave it a whole new name. Okay.
So many people do, and that's okay. That is perfectly okay because it's not your traditional limoncello, so it's okay.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Okay. I got a little nice ring to it. Limoncello, flipping off the tongue. All right. So, number one, who is the risk taker between you two, and who is the practical one?
Risk taker.
I'm definitely the risk taker. I mean, look, I left corporate America. I left my job, right, to do something new. I'm the risk taker, but I'm a smart risk taker, and so 50% of it is just my close and intimate relationship with God and how I know He's going to bless my life. Mm-hmm. And then the smart part of it is that I'll take risks that are very calculated, very strategic, and very well planned. But I also know that like whatever I get out there and do, like God's got me. So I'm the risk taker and Tai's the practical one.
And you're practical.
Listen, maybe it's, my parents are from Louisiana, so, they still live as if we're in a depression. I'm an engineer by education. So like for me, it has to be very well thought out and make sense before I'm ready to hit go. Now, once we go, I'm in, right? I'm gonna ask a lot of questions. I'm gonna be tentative to take those leaps. But when we make the decision to go, we figure it out with, again, leaning on our relationship with God and just knowing that at the end of the day, He's gonna take care of us.
Okay, period. So when developing the brand, and that's why I asked the question, Daphne Limoncello.
Yes, perfect.
How long did it take to research and find something complementary, Diva-like, and spirits of Italy?
Oh, well, I'm going to state for her, like this one has been a lover and consumer of limoncello for years.
Okay.
I came a little bit later only because she's like, you have to try this. And so then, yes, but she has been a consumer. And so she had a lot of research that had happened prior to us going into this venture.
Okay. So the research. So when we talk about the branding of the brands, who was that? Is it both of you?
It's definitely a collaborative effort.
Yeah, this is a collaborative effort.
Mm-hmm.
I think the part of it, like knowing that while we were in Italy, I was like thinking about limoncello, and it was the reason why we chose Italy, like because I wanted to drink limoncello. I think that all of that and looking at the colors and all the culture of Italy and like soaking that in, and so when we got back, just brainstorming, collaboration, really thinking about what creates a luxe look to the brand, but also has our personality to it, and so it was certainly one of those things that I think married both the traditional and cultural parts of Italy along with our sort of personality.
Okay, so your ingredients are very unique, which is why you won the award to begin with. So could you tell us about that?
Yes, so our distillery is actually in Jacksonville, Florida, because we wanted to use Meyer lemon. So there was a lot of research around like which lemon to use. And so we landed on Meyer lemons because of its like sweet flavor, but also because it was very easy to extract juice. And it could be grown like more months of the year than any other lemons. And they're also rare. And so California and Florida were the two states in which the Meyer lemons were harvested. And so our Meyer lemons come off of the tree, are immediately juiced into an extract, placed in a refrigerator tank, and then driven to the distillery. And on that same day, the limoncello is made.
Okay, now you are the first Black woman to create a product like this. How does that make you feel? Okay.
For me, it's humbling, right? Like, I don't know if we set out to be the first. I think that came later on. So for me, it's an humbling experience. I think it's also to say that like it's women means that we're continuing to like not allow a ceiling to be on our heads as women. So for me, I'm filled with humility and gratitude.
I agree. And I think, to support what Daphne said, like when we set out to do this, it was about supporting the change in our lives and wanting to do something that we believed in and were driven to do because it was for us and about us, and wanted to be something, a testament to who we are. So a quality product that we could be proud of, that we wanted to represent us. And so I think all the accolades and everything that's come, we never even thought about. It was all about being driven and determined and focused on what we wanted to put out in the world.
Okay, now can you, and speaking of accolades, you have so many, could you just give us a list of what all you've accomplished with this brand?
Well, so first of all, let me give credit where credit is due. I'm not competitive, but my husband is very competitive. So I have to say, like, because of his like competitiveness, there's a critical mass of our accolades that have come like from his pursuit of things. He's very competitive, and he feels like, if you're going to do it, you got to be the best. And if you're not the best, get the feedback so that you can be the best. So let me just say that. So I think I'll talk about some of the awards, and then Taia can talk about some of the sort of like social and cultural aspects. I think on the award side, we've won Bartender's Award, both silver for the Baricello and the Limoncello. Most recently won the gold for U.S. Spirits, won the gold for Barleycorn. We've gotten awards in the design and taste, design of the bottle, and our branding, including our website. And so we've just continuously being recognized as one of those sort of like spirits to follow, which I think is pretty prominent and pretty exciting. So I'll pass it on some of the other, cultural things that we've done.
Well, what's funny is that we thought we had defined our target audience. And as we are out meeting and having people taste our product to gain that feedback, like the breadth and reach of who's in love with it has expanded far beyond, I think, what we originally thought our target audience was going to be. So I think a lot of it is just being like, it is bigger than we even thought it would be. Like just the audience of who wants it and loves it and who's embracing it. We thought it was like women of a certain demographic. And no, we're finding that just as many men love and the product as we thought women would. So it's been an eye opener.
Yeah, because when you think about liquor, it burns your chest. It's just like, that's not sexy. Why am I coughing? Okay.
It's not the right liquor.
It's not the right one. Okay. I haven't had a drink in 10 years, but when I went onto your website, it was like, okay, this is something like if I was in celebratory mode, I would definitely dig into it. Just the overall look, the fact that you made it affordable. So it's just got multi-layers that you were very thoughtful when you created it. So can you tell me about that?
Well, I don't know how to start with that question. I will say the product itself, when Daphne's talking about creating something original to us, that kind of leaned on a tradition of Italy, but we wanted something more versatile, and we wanted to expand, I guess, the reach of the product to people who maybe didn't even know what limoncello was. And so with that, we wanted to produce something that would be very versatile, right? And so to your point, if you choose to just chill it and sip it, it's a perfect beverage. Or if you choose to take it and make it into a cocktail, it's even more amazing. So I think because of that, it's kind of developed its own kind of niche.
Yeah.
Niche.
It's like the price of wine, like your Moscatos, and it's a high price brand. It's a top shelf liquor, but it's very affordable. And then you have more than one flavor. So can you tell us about the four that you have?
Yes, so we have the traditional limoncello, which is made with the Meyer lemons, and then we also have a berry cello for those who may not like citrus or lemons. And so during the sort of like taste testing, we brought family and friends together to try out different limoncellos, give us feedback. We even had a tasting when our limoncello came out with all the samples to get feedback. And we had people, we have a very sort of diverse group of folks. And we had people in our circle who were like, well, I don't know if I like citrus. And so my husband woke up one morning in our 4:00 rating was like, well, let's do something that's very flavored, or even hibiscus lemon. Let's do something that makes sure that we talk to a more sort of like diverse audience and it's just not limited to limoncello. So that's how the berry cello came along. So the limoncello is like traditional limoncello. The berry cello is a little sweeter, so it's more like a liqueur. So you really can drink that one alone, like neat on rocks, but it's really made for cocktails. So that one's a little bit of a liqueur, whereas the limoncello sits right in the middle between a vodka and a liqueur. So you can drink it, eat, sip it, or shoot it, as Taia said. And so it's a little bit more versatile than the berry cello.
Okay, yum. That's all I have to say about that. So, like I said, I do remember, but I'm just like, if I had to dive back into it, it's got to be something that's like easy going down and dainty and something similar to my personality that's going to make me feel expensive, but yet practical.
Well, the limoncello will do that. And I think what we have to always say is like, this actually started in our girlfriend group, right? Like, so this is meant to be celebratory fun. It's also meant to like have the like real candid conversations where we laugh, we talk about the ups and downs of life, and we come together. And so it is a luxe drink because as women, we actually deserve great things in our life. We deserve great things on our body. We deserve great things inside of our body. And so this gluten-free, low sugar drink is premium. But hey, as women, we deserve it.
Period. Okay. So tell us about the website, because when you say all the things, and then I go to the website and I'm reading it and I'm like, dang, well, I want to go to Italy, but I'm gonna try this limoncello, this Daphne Limoncello instead. So when you developed the site, what were some of the things that you took into consideration for the brand?
Yeah, I think that creating a website is like one of those things where you have to find creative ways to share your story. Talk about the premium or luxe brand, and also, to your point, and make it very inviting. So the website was certainly, I would say, a labor of love. I think it went several iterations.
Hours and hours and hours of.
Yes, and our designer is actually in India. And so Stephen and my husband and I would have to like get up at like 1:30 in the morning and stay on the call for like 2 hours with him. And I would just be like, okay, this is really early, but I'm going to sit here. But it was a lot. And I think I would probably say halfway through the design of the website, he was so excited. Like, he was like very excited. He was like more into the website than we were. He was like texting in the middle of our day, which was the middle of the night for him. He fell in love with the story and the brand, and then like brought his whole team on to do this website. And so after a while, I think he began to tell the story better than we could tell the story, at least even like, he was like, I think we need to add this, let's add this. And so it's one of those things in like what it means to be authentic and to be true to yourself. So I think the website was definitely a labor of love. And to your point, I hope it is inviting.
It is, and that speaks to you as the risk taker. The practical was like, I'm not getting up at no 1 o'clock, babe. We're just not doing that. So
the updates at a reasonable time.
So for you, like as far as finding balance with this new venture and then the success of it, because it's taken off so fast, how have you managed?
Have we managed?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna say. Well, here's what I will say though. I think that it's still in its like initiation stage as far as like the way that I look at it. And so although we've had a few catalysts to propel it forward, I don't know if like I can say that I ever step away.
It's still a baby.
The work. Yeah.
But I think we find a balance in because when we are being strategic and in meetings, we are focused, we are driven, and it's no nonsense. But when we have our events, I think that's when we relax and just enjoy the moment, enjoy sharing the product, enjoy doing it together, and having people like literally fall in love with our story and the product. And so I think that difference in how the business is being handled provides that balance.
Yeah.
Okay, and then with your best friend, what better way? Okay.
Right.
So congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. You inspire me. And secondly, can you leave our, this is my last question, viewers with your website information, where they can purchase and Instagram for the brand?
So our website, DaphneLimoncello.com, and it's Daphne, DAPHANE, limoncello.com.
You can purchase it. So you can purchase it in Texas now, and we are in 20 spec stores, and then in Total Wine in Houston, Dallas, and Austin.
Mm-hmm.
We're also in Shells in California in Total Wine, and in Florida in Total Wine.
Yes.
However, wherever you are in the United States, you can order the product. You just go to Daphne Limoncello where it says buy products, and we'll ship anywhere in the United States because we believe everyone deserves a premium and luxe drink in their life.
I'm going to buy it and keep it for that moment.
Listen, the bottle is beautiful. Even if you just display it, it's worth it.
Yes, it is. I'm just like, ooh, I'm getting thirsty. Okay. Thank you so much, Queens. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day and have an amazing year with this launch.